election. Pleasant afternoon to you, viewers from all over the world. Welcome to this special edition of the interviews on campus. My name is Mr Kawadza, and with me today I am honored to have the acting president of the University of Zimbabwe Students Representative Council, Mr Kaseke. Please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marvin, for having me. As you've heard, I'm the acting president of the University of Zimbabwe Students Council. My name is Fanuel Kaseke.
Alright. Basically, as you have heard, the keyword acting president, which is going to be the gist of the interview we have today. So, Mr. Fanuel Kaseke, it is my understanding that in the past academic year, specifically around September, October, we had elections for the University of Zimbabwe Student Executive Council. I will just give a brief history. The results were as follows. The elections were won by one Nathan Lumba with a total of around 1.8 votes, and you were second as vice president with 1.3 votes. And then there were some users below who failed to garner enough majority. So according to the constitution, this person with the second most votes becomes the vice president, and the one with the most votes is the president. But 6 months on, we find a situation where you are now the acting president. Would you like to explain what happened?
Indeed, I did lose the elections that were held on the 27th of October. And 6 months down the line, as you have said, it's one thing to win an election, it's another thing to assume power. And it's another thing again to be a leader.
Yes.
We were also much aggrieved with the developments that happened. We got notification from the Student Representative Assembly of the illicit dealings that the former president was conducting. They received a petition around March, which had signatures from over 400, around 500 students, in which he was being accused of letting one of the offices, which is on the ground floor, office number 32, to one Mr Kawadza. I hope it's not you. To one Mr Kawadza. And they carried on their investigations, called him for a hearing in which he admitted to the charges. The charges that were being leveled were, number one, it was fraud, letting somebody in the office without following proper procedure, and number two, converting union property or proceeds for personal benefit. Now, this issue was raised in one of our WhatsApp groups, but unfortunately procedure was not followed. The president unanimously went on to select a person. We were supposed to look for 3 people that were going to go through a tender. Then without consulting others, it had been agreed to look for a person. Unfortunately, I wasn't even aware of this up until we opened. That's when I asked the deputy who is the custodian of the building, and he wasn't also aware of that. So that's what culminated into the investigation of the disciplinary hearing that happened, and followed was his suspension for 2 academic semesters.
All right. You speak of the abuse of funds or use of funds for personal proceeds. Was he the only one implicated in abusing these funds, which were received from one Mr. Kawadza, who was renting office number 32?
From his statement and the statements that we got from the other students, there were other students that he claims to have been given money, but what we discovered from their statements, even the so-called students were said, the leaders, if I should say, the secretaries and said, they were not given the same amount. So the others were given 15, some were given 35, some were given 20. And they were being given under the assumption that everyone is getting the equal amount.
Alright, so it was a staggered payment. But let me now take back this to you now. Yes. From history, you've always been in competition with Mr. Nathan Lumba. Unfortunately, you've been your classmate, so I'll take you back to part 1. HLT 500, Mr. Masumi Mulelechi. The first competition between you and Nathan Lumba was for class representative, and he won. The second competition, however not directly, was you were contesting first as president and he was contesting as secretary general. You both lost, I would say, dismally at that time. Now we go to the third election, you both assume the office of the president. One is president and another is vice president. So tell me, from part 1, has there not been an intention to actually upstage it.
You brought something very interesting about the class reps. I was in that way. But probably I'll take it from this angle myself. Probably it has been a battle between political science and administrative public administration.
Yes.
Because they're different courses that we combined. I was actually not aware. It's actually pretty funny.
Yes.
Then I was running for the president, he was running for the secretary general, in which he lost and I lost. I was independent. I would say dismal. Come on, I was a part 1 student.
Yes.
And I managed to garner over 400 votes, which was a milestone. Anyway, we couldn't get anywhere close to 100.
Yes.
But anyway, there was not any deliberate intention. Then when it came to our election, personally, I have nothing against him. To me, he's just a young, innocent leader or student, or whichever you deem appropriate. During the election, I was never fighting against him. If you'd seen, the person that was actually fought was me. And it was not him, it was people that were behind him. The so-called national and MDC. So personally with him, I don't mean to sound rude or proud, but there was never any deliberate intention or any competition.
Let's go back to what I would term the coup. Now, from my understanding, you explained the legal proceedings, right? And they were done through the office of the SRA. The SRA chairman is called Mr. Chikaka, confirm?
Yes.
He's a medical student.
Yes.
I am sure he has no knowledge whatsoever of the constitution, either the Zimbabwean constitution or the Students' Union constitution. What role did you play in ensuring that the SRA took the proper procedures in actually getting you to power? Because right now you are the SRC president. What role did you play?
That's quite a tricky question, but very simple. I wouldn't say he doesn't know the constitution. It was done through the SRA, but through a disciplinary committee. The SRA has a disciplinary committee, which is supposed to be composed of at least 2 law students or two students with knowledge of civil affairs. Now, unfortunately, we only have 1 law student in the SRA. So that to deal with what was there, include something in the social studies, we have civil knowledge. And in terms of the legalities, the role that I played, I wouldn't say I played the role, but when consulted, I would offer the little knowledge that I have when it comes to constitutionalism, which I'm passionate about.
So you were consulted, keyword consulted. So what can we expect now that you are now the acting president? What has been done to remedy the harm which was done by the former president in terms of the abuse of office, even with basic service delivery? Because we already know the common perception on the University of Zimbabwe is that the SRC ceases to exist the moment they are elected. What can we expect from you? What have you done so far? Either as vice president or as acting president, how are you different?
We've done a lot of things, but this is politics. Some people will go to claim that they won the limelight because their future intentions to run. But we are not in any competition. Our competition is only to deliver our promises. One of the most eminent problems that we had beginning of the semester was transport. And we did manage to engage Zuko, which came, of course, we had supposed to claim that we bought the buses. But if you're wise enough, you should ask them how did they. You will find that they don't know how they did. But there's a difference between announcing and doing the work. We have issues that we've dealt with, because if you look at the constitution in the introduction part, where the first point of the responsibility of the SRC is to promote the welfare of students, both as individuals as well as a group. We have dealt with a lot of issues at individual capacity. We've done our best in terms of representing the administration. It is very unfortunate that we have not been getting positive responses. In this regard, the university seems to have a long-term plan, but doesn't have a short-term plan, immediate plan to mitigate the current problems. So it still retains back to the students. That way we continually engage with the students so that we give them the position that is there. But in terms of our end, we are doing our best. Of course, it's been a rocky path in terms of internal politics within the SRI.
Thank you. I'll go to my final two questions. The first one is on finances. You claim to have resigned your monthly allowance to the tune of $100, which is given to every member of the Students' Executive Council. Recently, you engaged on a donated campaign. Is this a genuine move or a political move?
You know, you're a political science student. You understand that Dr. Brema taught us that politics is ubiquitous. I cannot try to separate politics from anything that happens under the sun. However, this is genuine in its intention. The genuinity comes from two aspects. My intention to run for SRC was never about the allowance. If you remember, revert back, I think I'll release that video. If you go to the presidential campaign debate, I was asked a question if I was going to accept running without getting allowance. And actually I acknowledged that I could run without an allowance. And there are genuine needs that this allowance can be used. And these genuine needs, one of them is what I've identified, sanitary work. We come from different backgrounds. We have people on scholarship, they're only given, it's only their fees that are paid, but they cannot sustain themselves. And these are some of the things that have led to the syndrome of blessers and Nika and so forth. My intention is a noble intention in which I'm trying to say, let every student, let the international, the Zimbabwe client, the university, see beyond what we have internally and the problems that we're facing. Purely genuine.
I appreciate that. My last question, let me take a bit time to lecture. Politics, as we understand it, is the pursuit of power and subsequently retaining power. You mentioned back a few minutes ago about how the competition between you and Nathan has always been about impulse and heart. So my question to you is, do you think with the recent results of the election and the subsequent failure of the then president to retain power, that he lacks a certain competency? He was good in getting power, but he failed to retain power, meaning he is not good at politics. And please give me your assessment of both Nathan Bumba, the person, and the Zinasu as a student union.
As a person, I still find him very innocent when it comes to politics. I still find him very innocent.
To translate that, he's still a baby.
I will not comment, but I find him very innocent. What transpired during the election, what brought him the victory, was not his individual capacity. You would agree with me that most people don't know him.
Up to now they don't.
You see, you would also agree with me that in terms of addressing students during that time, he actually ran away from the presidential debate. But of course, he's somebody who can listen. That he is, he can listen. And the spirit of activism is within him. He does have the spirit of activism. But it takes more to maintain your position. It takes more than listening. It takes more than activism. Now what requires when you're in office is engage everyone, even your so-called purported enemies. Engagement is very key. Engagement is very key. And choosing your subordinates or your colleagues very skillfully and kindly, because you have a lot of things to protect, which are two aspects that I probably think lack. But there's room for growth. There's room for growth.
So I'll go back to my analogy of him being a baby. Please proceed to your assessment of Zinasu as a union.
And Zinasu as a union. You know, Zinasu in the past, they won most of the elections. NAST, they won. I'm told the NAST president is now being sabotaged by the VC after he called him vulgar, derogatory name, vulgar. Actually, yet he called him ZANU-PF apologist, something along those lines. Then we had recently the president of CAT who embezzled over 8.5. You saw it in the papers from the bash that they had. With another similar issue, I'm told, in the University. This is Zinasu. It's easy being an opposition. Believe you me, I know. I've been opposition the rest of my life. I've been bitter more than these activists. Very bitter. You could sense from my writings bitterness deep from the heart. It's very easy being opposition, but it's most difficult to deliver when you're in office. Zenaso, I think they're good as opposition. Not to take anything, because that is what they're good at. Not to take anything from the union. And one of the problems is that when they choose candidates, it's the people that are outside that choose a candidate. And they choose somebody that they can control. They don't look at competence. And which then poses as a problem. And the problems will be seen once they're in office. There's these problems that we are now talking about.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kaseke. It's been a very enlightening interview. I appreciate your views. Any last words you'd like to give to our viewers, especially the student community who look to you as the president of the UZSIs?
To the students at the University of Zimbabwe, we are still fighting to realize what we promised. We're working tirelessly, and of course there are a lot of harms. We've always said this. We appreciate and uphold democracy. We appreciate diplomacy. We engage the administration, but when things fail, we appreciate the other D again, which is demonstration. But we'll do that in peaceful manners. We'll be getting back feedback. Mostly we're going to have a State of Union address very soon, so that we give you what is on the ground and the problems that we've been facing. I will also encourage you to support the Donate a Dollar, Buy a Pad campaign. Let's start with InReach before we go outside. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kaseke. To our viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe, and please look forward to our next video, which is going to deal with the issue that we mentioned in passing, the idea of and lessons. So remember, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Thank you very much for your time. Until next